Alrighty, BG13. This is Delta17, and I want to discuss a little more about the Red Dawn version of the M24 Hindi. Now the Red Dawn version, I don't know how well that'll come in, is like that. So you can see the difference. This was way easier, way better to to have the attack helicopter, where there's the second version is like dual canopies. The Red Dawn version is way cooler and way easier to whoa sorry, I went too far here. Anyways, the Red Dawn version is that version. So again, just looks way better. So you want to be able to fit at least 4 in the back, and see how they have this here. You could probably just make a more of a cannon on the front to make it a super Hindi. But this other version I don't like as much. I mean, that could be the 2.0 version, but this version here looks way better. You know, you can have your 2 pilots in there, whereas this version is kind of more compact. Sorry, the camera's not as great, but we'll just have to do that. Well, anyways, so this version looks way nicer. Like, I don't know, I would like people's opinions, but that version of the Hindi would be way better. And you know, like, take for example, Steve wanted it to be similar size to the Tomahawk, just for the scale. And we're gonna pull out a Tomahawk here, and we're gonna put this on the flight deck, and we're gonna have a look. So, oh, we lost a missile here. So we got the Tomahawk here, just to give you an idea. Watch out, bats. So if you want to make the Hindi similar size to the Tomahawk, that would be way better. Get rid of these guys. Now, how you have the Tomahawk here, the Hindi would just be a little bit more designed. You could have this part plug in to the body, maybe have it lower so you can plug it in. The cannon for the front, to make it a super Hindi, you could just have a cannon click into the front, you know, click in. That way you don't have to ruin the design of the helicopter, because there is so many, like for the Russian attack helicopter, if you look at the front here and you compare it to the front of this, you could probably get away with clipping on something here, and then you can give it like a twin cannon just to give it better firepower. Now the other versions of this Hindi, they show like big cannons on the sides. So they have one main big cannon on the side, but I think it would be better to have a gyro here, so you can clip in a gyro just to make it a super Hindi. Because you see the front of this one for the Red Dawn version, it's kind of like right in the front right here, and that's just might interfere if you have a canopy that opens, and that's what you want. You want to have like a squared off canopy, that way you can just put the figures in, and you want to make it almost like similar to the Tomahawk here. You got the jets here, intake jets, and then you got, it almost looks like a little thing on the top. We can zoom in. So that's pretty simple. The for the rotor blades. Now you want to have blades that pull in, pull out. He also wanted to have a back part that clicks in. So you want to have it so you can design 4. So you're gonna, oh, there was part of the flag. So you're gonna have your 4 seats, and you're gonna have a little sliding door. Now the wings on a Hindi go back a bit. They're actually behind here, so you're gonna have a sliding door that slides this way, and you're gonna have to be able to fit at least 4 figures in there. And you do want to have, similar to the Tomahawk, you want to have some sort of like removable bench seat. You know, you can have a longer bench seat that you can remove. But this design here is perfect. So you'd basically just be taking this, moving it to the front, and then the wings would be going, plug in the wings on the sides. And now he was talking about like certain vehicles that plug in, and then you could take them apart when you need to. So who has the design? He said, ooh, I forget the name, but he said there's a certain design you can plug in. I've seen a similar thing before. But anyways, he wants to have a detachable back part, and you're going to have the tail, you know, it's going to be obviously a little longer. So you do want to have this a little bit longer. Let's say from the front. So you want to have it probably about 23 inches, because you're going to have that extended. So either 22 or 23. Just if you go 21, that's pretty much the same size as this, so it's not going to give you more of an authentic look. But this part, this cabin, since there's so much room here in the Tomahawk, you're gonna basically move this part over here, and this doorway might be just a smidge smaller, but you're gonna have to have it a certain size because you want to be able to have your hand in here. So I don't know if you want to keep the exact size or just go a little bit smaller for the dimensions, because this is about 5 3/4, and you're able to get your hand in here, so you can easily, like, you know, position your figures. So you could make it easily fit 4 figures. I don't know, you want to have removable benches too, so then you can take a whole bench out. You know how this works. It's simple. Click it in, so you can click your whole bench in, and you have a long bench, and then you can just do that simple. Click the whole thing in and be able to have a bench you can click out. Or maybe you can have one piece bench that you can just pop out, pull the whole thing out. You know, that might work. But if you're going to be removing these and putting them behind, you can have a bench there that you don't have to remove, and then you can just have one in the middle that you could remove. So that gives you more options. And then we're just going to talk about the Hindi, and like the tail and everything has to be a certain spec. You see how the tail is on the back here? If we can just zoom in. So, and the wings are slightly tilted up on these, and you can have the option where you can put on the the rocket part, as well as having 4 missiles or 3 missiles on the wing. And the wing is actually going to come out a little more. That's what gives it that awesome profile for the helicopter. So basically, you're going to pull this over here, and then you're going to have the design. I don't think I have a top view here, but here's the design of the back on a newer type. But you just have that click in, click that, see that how that part goes like that. You can have that whole piece click in, and then you can have where you put on rockets or something, or missiles. So that is similar to that, but you don't want this version of the cockpit. That could be a second version that comes out. a more modern type. And like I said, you know, he was talking about it. So what do you think? Would that be a cool design for a Hindi? And I'm gonna ask Action Robot Punch if he can design something, because he's way faster. And I know what they're talking about. Was it World Peacekeepers or something? Or one of those. I'm gonna have to watch the video again, but anyways, it's just like a block, click in, click out. Like G.I.Joe has some cheaper stuff where it just pops in and out. But I'm gonna just take a look and see over here somewhere. Well, I don't know if I have any of those vehicles, but I do know what he is talking about. This one sucks. This one falls apart. No, I don't want that one. But there is one that comes apart. I just can't find it right now. But anyways, it's just gonna be like pretty simple that you can pull it apart, and like even for the rotors, if you can make a rotor that you pop in and you just twist, just simple twist to lock and twist to unlock on the actual cap of the rotor. Makes it a lot easier. So then you can just pull the blade out, and that way it'll be a locking mechanism. Not like how crappy that G.I.Joe came out with their Tomahawk 2 version. That really sucked. And the Eagle Hawk, I think they called it, where the blades don't even stay in position when you turn the rotor. So we already went through that. It's in the videos. But there's definitely, you know, something you can just lock in, lock out. So that gives it a better profile. So I hope that, yeah, that would be, I'm going to ask Action Robot Punch. I'm going to message him, and I'm going to message Ken, and maybe Action Robot Punch, because he can design something probably in like a few weeks, even like a month, and have a working prototype. The guy's just that great. Maybe 2 months, I don't know, it depends how much time he gets. But he is phenomenal. He could design this way faster, not 1 year or 2 years. I mean, it's going to take time to tool it, so you want to cut that time down. And how good Action Robot Punch is, he can design stuff and change it in real time. Like, but he could probably make a couple working prototypes, and even, I don't know, he can talk to Steve and they can work something out where Steve will pay for the shipping to have it shipped to him. But Steve, you know, we don't want to wait 1 to 2 years. I mean, we know how much time it's going to actually take, so he can develop it way faster, and then you can critique certain things. His program for making stuff is phenomenal, so he knows how to make stuff. Anyways, I love Action Robot Punch's channel. He makes some awesome customs, and you know, anybody out there that would agree that the Red Dawn version is way better than the newer version of the Russian attack helicopter, the M24 Hindi, let me know in the comments down below, because that version is the best. Maybe, you know, for a second version you can have the more modern one, but I think for the front cannon, just if you can have it click in, would be way simpler, you know, and you can always have other stuff to add. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos with others, and get your figures today, Delta.